Hey, what's going on, guys? Overture here, and I have been playing Mass Effect Andromeda, the trial version, for a couple hours now, and I know it drops on Tuesday, so I thought I might as well make a video and discuss what I liked and didn't like about what I played so far. Now, again, before I even start, I just want to say it's hard to judge a game based on about like 6 hours of playing it. I know once the game comes out, I'm playing a lot of it, so my opinion might change. I don't know. So I thought I would start with my background with Mass Effect. So I started with the second one, and I fell in love with it. Like, Mass Effect 2, after all that I've played, that is the best one, hands down. Again, I played that one, went to the third one, played the crap out of that, and then I decided to go back and play it through again, starting with the first one because I had never played it before. And honestly, going back, the first one isn't that great. I know a lot of people started with that, so people hold that in a special place in their heart, but to me, it just wasn't. It wasn't great. But Mass Effect in a whole, the lore, the story, just everything was amazing to me. It definitely is one of my favorite series of all time. That being said, a lot of people have been giving this game flack recently. I've been seeing on Reddit, especially, a lot of news sites are saying that this game has a lot of bugs in it. There's terrible walking animations and facial animations and all that stuff. And I just want to say that before you take these criticisms to heart, you should really take into consideration that, one, this game has been in 5 years, been in development for 5 years, so the fans are just eager for Mass Effect. They've been waiting all this time, and they built up something amazing in their heads, and once they get it, some of them might not see what they pictured, and they get upset about it. Everybody has that one thing where they've been excited for something and it's disappointed them. Like, this is just one of those things. And two, you have to remember how critical the Mass Effect community was when 3 came out, and the ending, everybody freaked out about the ending. Say what you will, the community around it were really passionate about their opinions about the game. So if you take into consideration the fact that it has been 5 years and a really passionate community are getting a very small snippet of this game, of course they're going to judge it really critically. I like to consider myself a part of those fans. I actually didn't really mind the ending. I understand why they had to do it. It makes sense. I get that. I wasn't as passionate as the other fans of the game about wanting their own little catered ending to all of their decisions, although that would have been cool. I'm glad with what I got. It takes a lot for me to really be disappointed in a game, and Mass Effect just, it didn't disappoint. It was great all the way through in terms of gameplay and story, and even the minor stuff, getting to know the crew, doing the side missions, just the banter that you have between you and your squad mates. It's great. I love it. Alright, now let's go straight into talking about the trial. Now, it pretty much is the beginning of Mass Effect. You get to see how it all starts, how the story begins, who the main character is, who the really important people are. So basically, you are the Pathfinder, this team that is out there trying to find a new home for civilization. All of the races banded together to travel like 600 light years, farther than anyone has ever traveled before, away from the Milky Way galaxy, in order to build a new civilization. Now, if you think on the scope of how crazy it is for each different race to get together, the Solarians versus the Krogans, how they hate each other, along with the Turians, how they have that whole feud going on there, all of them banding together and deciding, hey, we need to get out of here, go 600 million light years away, and start again. Now, in the 6 hours that I played, it's really hard for me to distinguish where this fits in the Mass Effect universe. I feel like it's either one in between Mass Effect 2 and 3, or well, in the past, you get to see a lot of your dad, what he did, because he was an N7 officer. So he is talking to Tali at the time, and all the dialogue options with Tali so far seems to point to her in Mass Effect 1. So I think it started in Mass Effect 1 and carried over into Mass Effect 2, and after what happens in Mass Effect 2 is where you're at. Like, they left somewhere in between those two games, and now here you are. It's a completely new story. So I like the way that they did that, because one, I didn't really want to see another Mass Effect game about Shepard. Like, I like how they ended with that. It was perfect. It's sad that I don't get to see Tali or the characters that I really bonded with, but you know what? It's just another opportunity to get to know a whole new cast. So I'm really happy about the way that they did that. They really, I mean, we'll just be able to see later on whether or not I was right or how it even all began, because just thinking about that, the lore of it, all these people banding I don't know, it's just amazing to me. So I'm not going to spoil anything more for you guys. I know you want to go ahead and get in and play it for yourselves. If you do want to actually watch it, I am uploading it all on my channel. I'll put an annotation here so you can go check it out for yourselves. But I want to talk about the combat right now. So it's literally the best things you love about Mass Effect 3. It's fast paced. It's a cover system that's completely revamped and unlike any game I've played so far. And so I played The Division, and I thought that game did cover systems perfectly. You know, it plots out where you can go. You just hold space and you just go to that. It just automatically takes you to where you need to go. I thought that was amazing. But in this, essentially, whenever you have a gun out and you walk up to a surface, you have a chance to be able to be in cover based on what it is. So there'll be a little indicator telling you that you're undercover. So you just have your gun out and you can pretty much walk anywhere and be in cover. It's great. I love that, because in Mass Effect 2 and 3 the cover system was a little clunky, and the movement. So the movement in Mass Effect 3, amazing. Now it's smooth. It's not clunky like Mass Effect 2 and 3, and running is actual running. You don't feel like you're walking the same speed. They're just, you know, increasing the decreasing the frame rate. I don't know, but running is great. It sounds weird to say something as little as movement is such an amazing upgrade, but as well as the story as Mass Effect was, I felt like the movement was a real big hindrance on what made it an amazing game. But other than that, as far as combat goes, it's your, you know, it's a third-person shooter. What else are you gonna get? There's different types of enemies, different species. They all do different roles. They flank you. Some will snipe you. It really is Mass Effect 3 just upgraded. Now, as far as the story goes, I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it because, again, I've only played about 5-6 hours of it, so I am just on my first, like, on my own explore a planet. But from what I've played so far, I really like the open world aspect of it. You're on a planet and you have places that you can explore. You explore far enough, you can plot a point that you can fast travel to. So it is an open world in a sense. The story takes you to a linear route, yes, but this is what I like about games like this. I like being able to explore. This is why I like Fallout so much. I love being able to find every little thing. So I think in the realm of Mass Effect, this is an amazing thing, being able to go to all these different environments and planets with different climates, enemies, and all that stuff, and being able to learn about how, you know, that planet's ecosystem is. It's crazy to me. I love it. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the gripes about the game. So really there aren't many. Again, all the news sites are right. They do have the walking animation problems, and some of the facial animations are off, but it's mostly the walking animations that I noticed, and I could take it or leave it. That's not something that really takes me away from the story. I pay attention to what they're saying most of the time, so something like that isn't really going to bother me that much. Multiplayer is, I don't know. I've played a couple hours of it, and from what I've played, it's just like Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. It's waves upon waves, and you get in each wave you do something else, and at the end you just extract. And if you all survive, you get a bonus. If not, and you get points at the end, which you can use to unlock crates, which give you classes, weapons, all that stuff. It's just the same thing, but I think deeper, like more stuff that you can collect. But I probably played maybe like 1 or 2 good like matches where it was perfect and I had a good time, but everyone else, it just was a bad experience. It was super laggy. It would slow down at some points. I thought it was my PC at first. So I went to single player, had no problem at all. Jumped back into multiplayer, same thing. Again, I realized that it's just the trial, so not a lot of people are probably playing it right now. But I hope it's just that I really hope that that's the issue. I hope it's not just a common occurrence that's going to happen with multiplayer, because Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was amazing. I loved it because it connected with the single player so perfectly. And I heard it's like quite the same in this one, so I'm really excited to see how they do that. I just hope that it's not the same experience that I'm getting with the trial. Other than that, it really is a fun game, and I am desperately waiting till Monday night when I can play it all night. It's the first game I've all-nighted in I can't remember how long. I used to do it for all the Call of Duties, but yeah, we know how Call of Duty's going now. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you my pros and cons for the game. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a good game despite what all the critics are saying. It's going to get a lot of flack because everybody's talking about it right now. Everybody is talking about it, and people want to be extra critical about what everyone's talking about. It's just how everything is. So if you are a fan and you are excited about it, just get it for yourself. Like, you won't be disappointed. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you would like and subscribe, that would be super amazing. I am going to be streaming this game the night it comes out, up until the morning or when I pass out, whatever happens first. And I think I'm going to be streaming a lot of the game. I'm going to try and put them on YouTube, but I don't really know how all that works, so maybe I'll cut them up and put parts of it, or just maybe multiplayer videos. But my channel is definitely coming back with Mass Effect. I am super excited about this, so thank you guys for checking it out. Have a good day.